Hello and welcome to Anfield Road TV. If you are new around here, want to keep up to date on all things Liverpool transfer news, make sure you are smashing that like button, putting the bell notification on as well, and make sure you do head over to obviously the 1892 Reds TV and obviously the Cop Council. I'm joined by Connor from the Cop Council and Ricky from the 1892 Reds TV. Gentlemen, big news coming out this evening from obviously the goat of the football and journalism scene, Fabrizio Romano. Connor, come on, let's see a bit of positivity, lads. We're actually not just signing a goalkeeper by the looks of it, as we'll obviously tonight. Fabrizio Romano saying that Liverpool have inquired for Federico Chiesa. I'm absolutely buzzing with this, mate, because I know you certainly did like a certain ex-Liverpool player that spent his whole half of his Liverpool career on the treatment bed, and that was Thiago Alcantara. Potentially, we could be replacing him with another Italian that has got a similar record, Connor. But for me, I look at this as a risk that is very much, it's worth risking for a player of his quality.
Let's just mention the Curtis Jones link as well in with that. But no, look, Federico Chiesa, very, very good signing if we could do it. Well, again, I think price tags, of course, is going to be an interesting one for Liverpool. I think, especially if he's going to come in as sixth choice forward for us at this point. Again, it makes a lot of sense.
Lads, no, just look at the depth that we've had under Jurgen Klopp as well. We had, who did we have? Origi, Shaqiri as well. I think a player of that quality, Chiesa, massively improves that in terms of the overall quality, Ricky. Quickly, because everyone, when you speak about Federico Chiesa as well, it's his injury records. Would that be a concern for you, Ricky, if Liverpool could get this deal over the line? I think that's the only concern that a lot of Liverpool fans out there will have in regards, because I think quality-wise, there's no qualms from me, and probably a lot of, I don't know, you feel, Ricky. Injuries, Ricky, it'd be great if you looked at the camera, lads. Hello.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just looking at his injury record on my. No, I've got it down.
It's no, I've got it here. If you want to see, there you go.
Yeah. So I mean, but he played 33 league games last season. I think the only time he had a massive injury was 21-22 season. There, he missed 45 games. Done his cruciate ligament. And them injuries above that one, like fitness, knee problems, muscle fatigue.
Standard football and injuries, that really, isn't it?
Yeah, they're quite standard, especially after having a ACL or MCL or cruciate ligament injuries. Them type of injuries are quite easy to get, because obviously you're recovering from massive trauma in the knee, in the leg. So obviously your muscle mass. If you look at Tyrone Mings, for instance, this season, one leg was a lot skinnier than the other leg where he had the ACL. So your muscles are obviously building back up from that, and that's where he's obviously got that from, like fatigue, where he's training a lot. But 2021, I believe it was, we were linked heavily with Chiesa, and there was talk of 60-70 million bids going in for him from us and a couple other English teams. But obviously,
just explain to anyone that has not been aware of Juventus, their predicaments. Obviously, the Mossa, the new coach, obviously more or less isolated Chiesa currently at Juventus, and obviously not just him, but there's a couple of other Juventus players on the peripheral squad in it, Ricky. So this is where this deal, a fee in the region of probably 15 to 20 million euros. Looking like that could be in and around that ballpark.
Yeah, there's talk of it £8 to £10 million. I mean, if you're getting Chiesa for £8 to £10 million, Salah back up, even if he is Salah's back up. Listen, who is Salah's back up at the minute? Ben Doak. So I assume Ben Doak will be going on a permanent or a loan by the end of this week if we do follow up this Chiesa interest, because apparently that's all it is at the minute, is interest. Liverpool have asked, what's the deal for Chiesa, like what price? It depends wages wise. Listen, if the fee's only between 8 and 12 to 8 and 14 million, wages are irrelevant.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Type of deal, because it's a cheap price tag, so then wages could be quite higher. But it's going to be interesting. I listen, this come out of nowhere. I didn't expect us to sign a winger this summer. Bar
Well,
Gordon.
Yeah, but we've always said, Connor, in it, and quickly before we get to Connor, but obviously we've all said Salah squad depth. Whatever happens in the next 12, 24 months in regards to Salah, we'd all love him to stay. Well, I'm speaking for myself, but I think in terms of the fundamental quality of bringing, we've already seen, obviously, Mavrashvili come in between the sticks in 2025, but obviously he's more or less had his medical today, and Romano did speak about that earlier on, Connor. This is potentially... Obviously, if we can bring him in, and he's a lad with a lot of quality, really. Do you think he would certainly suit the style in which Arne Slot wants to play in regards to, obviously, his attacking counter press and obviously more controlling? Because he strikes me as a player that has got a lot of ability on the ball, but it's those nice, intelligent attacking runs in between the centre halves as well that we've seen, obviously, winning the Euros for Italy as well in and around the last couple of 4 years ago now, I think it was, against England. So he's a player... when he was, as Ricky said, coming in at the age of 21, 22 as well, basing onto the European scene. But obviously the injuries have not been the best over the last couple of years. But I think if you can get him back up to full peak fitness, Connor, I think it's a deal that Liverpool really can't look away from for me.
Yeah, no, exactly the same. I think Liverpool, again, there's a lot worse options you could get on the market. I think we've seen that over the years, certainly at Liverpool, but elsewhere as well. But look, I think all of us at one point would have loved Federico Chiesa at Liverpool. Look, I think straight after the Euros back in 2020, he was the player of the tournament. I think, I think every single one of us spoke about him being a link for Liverpool, constantly got linked. And probably the last 3 or 4 years under Jurgen. So it makes a lot of sense. Again, good on the ball, good counter press. Again, the drop off, I think what Liverpool have been very good at, I think over the, but not even that, like I think the drop off, but like between the front line, I think for the last 4 or 5 years hasn't been that much of a drop off. I think when we've had to rely on, again, the second choice forward line, again, it's been pretty high in terms of quality. Again, that left-hand side is stacked, isn't it? In terms of, again, Jota, Luis Diaz, again, Sadio Mane in the past. But the right-hand side has always been the weakness, where we've always said it. We always need backup for Mo Salah. And Chiesa now is that. And if we can get him for, let's say, that's rumoured, 15 million, 20 million euros, again, that's an absolutely unbelievable bit of business for Liverpool.
I want to ask you there, Connor, as well. Yeah, he's got a year left. That's why they're desperate to really get rid of him. Connor, you alluded to, obviously, the depth on the right-hand side, but the thing that excites me the most as well, mate, and Jack, keep on getting your comments in. We will get to them as well. Any questions or whatnot, do obviously post them into the panel as well. And hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Obviously, the link to the tweet as well, as always, to all the journalists that we do. It's all in the description. So go over there, drop them a follow, give them all your support as well, doing a cracking job. One of the busiest, the busiest sports journalist in world football, as we know, Fabrizio. Anyway, does a very good job for me. Not for me, but in terms of what he does, it's very chaotic. Connor, is that ability on the left-hand side as well? It's not just, as you've alluded to there, Connor, his ability to play on that right-hand side, but the adaptability. Can you just explain for anyone that has not seen Chiesa in terms of how he would, what his game is all about, and is obviously his ability to play in either wing and even through the middle to a certain extent?
Yeah, no, look, of course he can play everywhere, can't he? He can play on the left, can play on the right, so can play through, as a 9, he's done that for Juve. Like last season, I think Juve were relying on him pretty much every week to be fit, and he's, quite easily their best player. So, again, we talk about a Shaqiri in that aspect of things that could do everything in the front line for Liverpool. That is, again, what Chiesa can do. Again, look, he's not... again, he's going to come in probably as the 6th choice forward for now. But again, the quality level in there is brilliant. And you saw it there, again, you could probably watch highlight clips of him, again, playing on the left, playing on the right. There's no clear difference between the two. Again, pretty good, both feet as well. So again, quality level, unbelievable. And again, if they get the deal done, it's a smart bit of business from Richard Hughes, who we've criticised heavily this transfer market, and rightfully so. But now he's finally doing a good job. Well done, Richard.
Yeah, so for anyone just tuning in, coming in from work or whatnot, Liverpool, obviously Fabrizio Romano, just evening breaking to the footballing world and to Liverpool fans around the world. Exclusive, Liverpool make initial approach for Federico Chiesa as potential option for final days. Chiesa's available on the market as Juve wants to find a solution, and LFC have made contact today. Liverpool exploring conditions of the deal as Chiesa would be keen on the Premier League move. And I get this. Big up there, chat as well. Good to see it in here. Make sure you are smashing that like. Can we get 100 likes? Anyone watching on Connor's channel as well, Ricky's channel, make sure you do get those likes up for the lads as well and subscribe to them. Rick, in terms of obviously people have mentioned quite rightly so, injuries. But let's not forget, if Chaser was to come in, Rick, it's that ability we spoke about before we come on air, is that notion that he's not going to be playing 38 games a season, mate. Like,
No.
that is not expected. Unless, obviously, Salah might be different because it's Salah. He's more or less guaranteed. He's on 350 grand a week. He needs to be starting, and Salah's the best right winger in world football, has been for a very long time. But I think that will help really well in terms of if he was to come and Chaser to adapt to the league. He's not constantly going to be playing 38 games a season straight away. But if we can get him back to his full peak fitness, maybe. And then that only bodes well for the overall strength within the squad for you, Rick, does it?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the game of the weekend, Slot bought Salah off. And who do we bring on? I can't remember who we bought on for him, but if you could bring on a player like Chiesa.
Harvey Elliott.
Who's not a right winger. If you could bring in someone like Chiesa to come off the bench for Mo Salah was saying like 20, 25 minutes to go, there's not a massive drop off in terms of quality. They're both world-class players in their own right. And then I've seen the stats, like his goals. He can play second striker behind the striker. He can play left wing. He can play right midfield. He can drop a little bit deeper in centre midfield as well if need be. He's played right back a few times, I think, in his Juve career. It's just for listen. We as Liverpool fans all envy.
You get this chats obviously in all your channels, and people are saying cheap FSG strike again and all that. It's like, for me, and this is what we've spent. No, it's ridiculous.
How much did City pay for Gundogan this summer?
Yeah, free.
I mean, like we moan about squad depth, saying City have got amazing squad depth off the bench. If you can bring a player in like Chiesa's world class, he's international proven as well. He's played Italy in the biggest stage. If you can bring him in for 10 to 15 million to play back up to Mo Salah and play, 15 games and then come off the bench, cup games, that's a no-brainer. Like, I get his injury record, but he played 33 games last season.
This deal. Sorry, Con, but quickly, this deal is it's, as I said, top of the show. You cannot turn this deal away. I made up that we've actually inquired about him because if we can get him to his peak fitness, we are talking about one of the best wingers at the time when he was coming through as a young Italian winger. Like, he was an absolute joke. He's so direct for anyone's not seen him. He's a player that gets you off the edge of your seat. He, as we've already mentioned already, he can take it down the left, take it through the middle as well. But it's not just his ability and pace and close dribbler as well. He's got that identity in terms of picking his head up as well. Good final ball, but he's very direct. But it's a lot of quality going forward. Sorry there, Con, go ahead.
No, I was about to say as well, to add on to Ricky's point, that again, I think people forget there's loads of Champions League games coming up as well, which no one's experienced. And look how crucial the wingers are for Liverpool. Like, it's not like if it's a random signing that makes no general sense. Like, again, it makes perfect sense. You're going to be bringing in such a quality player when we couldn't end up playing, 8 Champions League games off the face of things. Again, you could be playing another 4 Champions League games with that. Imagine how bad that would be to a Mo Salah towards the end of the season if you can give Chiesa those 4 games or give him games to balance it out with Mo Salah. In terms of signing a new contract as well, Mo Salah could go on to play even more seasons again at the highest level.
I'll just say worst case scenario this season, Salah gets injured, hopefully not, but people that are complaining about his transfer, I'm like, what do you want? Do you want us just not to bring in and we're not just bringing in some fella from like the second Bundesliga tier. We're bringing in a Euros winner, a player with immense serial goals, serial winner as well at Juventus as well. Like it's you can't win. It's like we bring some players in, we do, we don't. Rick, how do you gauge that? It sometimes whatever Liverpool do, it's not always going to satisfy everyone.
Listen, so Liverpool on social media, the fan base, I've never seen one positive reaction to a signing, to a link. It's always negative. I don't know what it is, but if you're getting Chiesa for 12 to 15 million, and then it's allowing like a world-class backup to Mo Salah, international level proven, done it in Champions League for Juve, and then it allows Liverpool to go back 60 mil on a centre-back who will potentially take over from Van Dijk, who can also play left-back. That allows Liverpool to do that before the window closes as well. I don't get how anyone can like be disappointed in the Chiesa deal, because the price is just... He was going for 70, 80 million in 2021 before he had that ACL injury. Like, we've seen players have ACL injuries that they fall off a cliff completely. He played 33 games last season. Van Dijk come back from an ACL injury. So, listen, I'm more than happy. Like, listen, I didn't think we'd be signing a right winger. But if we were going to sign anyone, I'm glad it's the Chiesa level and not just some random link from, I don't know, the Danish league or something. No disrespect, but it's a world-class player coming in as a backup to Mo Salah, who, if Mo Salah leaves for free next summer, it still leaves us with a top-level right winger, and then to allow us to bring someone else in to learn under Chiesa.
Yeah, 100%, miss. Chat, keep on getting those likes in as well. It's exciting for me, chat, and obviously we spoke about Harvey Elliott. Connor alluded to it before as well. He's been interesting coming into this season. We got a lot of hope for Elliott, but I think long term, it's going to be interesting how Arne Slot does integrate him into the side. Probably more of a 10 position, really, or just obviously the Dominic Szoboszlai potential role. But we'll have to see it as well. Connor, anything you really want to add as well in regards to Federico Chiesa? Am I saying it right? Apologies, everyone. Is it right? Chiesa or Chiesa?
Fred. Just call him Fred.
Fred again. There we go.
No. Just looking at it now, like last season, 37 appearances, 10 goals, 3 assists. He made over 3 key passes per 90, over 4 progressive carries per 90. And he, again, missing 11 matches. And the rumours coming out of Italy right now is he's going to be 11 million euros, which is what? What's that? 8 mil?
Yeah.
8 mil.
There's no way. No way you can turn that down.
There's no downside to an 8 million Chiesa coming in. There is no downside. There is no. If it don't work out, it's a massive financial loss. It's not. It's 8 million. Like, we make 8 million in the Champions League alone, by playing a couple of games. So there is no financial meltdown if it don't work out.
Just to ask for anything, is Arthur Vermaelen, is he a centre out for?
No, DM.
Is he a DM? All right, never mind then.
Well,
I was about to say maybe that's it.
Yeah,
Romano just said that they're signing him. Leipzig. I thought maybe that might have been Lukeba for Liverpool.
I was going to say, obviously there was Luke. Do you want to mention that, Connor, today? Obviously, in regards.
No, because I don't think it's going to happen. But
yeah. What? I don't even want to pronounce it.
Lukeba.
Yeah. Listen, he'd be my top left-sided centre back because he can play left back as well. Lukeba. Him, I don't keep Henkapi away from Liverpool. He's not good enough. But Lukeba
and Nazio as well.
Yeah, Lukeba definitely.
Yeah, could you imagine over the next couple of days, just what I said, subscribe to the channel, keep on your toes as well, Reds, because obviously Richard Hughes, he's very busy, and we know he's going to bring in quality as well. But big up there, chat. Keep on getting your comments in. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think this is the right deal, as the lads already said on tonight's show, and as I said at the top of the show, and made up if we can get this deal over the line? Obviously, initial inquiries as well. And we know all about Liverpool medicals, don't we, Mr. Fekir? So, yeah, we know our stringent medicals, how Chiesa, if he is to come, he probably will have to go a couple of rounds over the Grand National fences to really get signed on the dotted line for Liverpool anyway, but that will be some fitness test anyway. But let's quickly get to some of the comments as well. He's absolutely smashing it at the minute. Big up there. Still so important to get some ready to take Salah's spot. Also, Chiesa can play in the middle when Jota is injured because he will be, and Nunes is. Oh, fair enough, mate. Obviously, views on Nunes. Obviously, the jury is still out in regards to Nunes under Arne Slot. We haven't seen a lot of him. Whether Arne Slot obviously spoke it early on in the season, Ricky, didn't he, in terms of utilise him as well. But it's going to be interesting. Russell, I know it's not Mwebu, mate, but yeah, it's. Would you rather us not sign anyone, Russell? I don't know. And then just obviously Salah, if he gets injured this season, just rely on Harvey Elliott down that right-hand side. And then obviously everyone will be jumping on the back of Harvey Elliott for like 6 months. And I'm like, oh, he'll be trying his best, but he's just not that level. It's about bridging the gap and bridging the quality. As I said, top of the show there, Ricky, it's about having squad depth. And that is the big key driving force for Liverpool going forward under Arne Slot, Rick. I say, building squad depth in every department, whether that be your new goalkeeper in 2025. Obviously, if Alisson does leave the football club, or if we bring him in as a second choice, and when the time comes for Ali, then obviously we've got one of the young, best up-and-coming goalkeepers in world football, Chiesa. I think he certainly locks down that right-hand side for probably 3, 4, 5 years time, really. Obviously, Chiesa, 26 years old now, so it'd be, if he was to come in, it'd be more or less locked down for another 5 years anyway. But Rick, it's an exciting next couple of days, Rick. In terms of we can get this deal over the line, Rick, where would you like Liverpool to strengthen in the other areas come obviously the end of the week?
I just want a centre back that can play left back. I'm not fussed about this. The obsession over a 6. We don't play a 6 like Klopp did. I get it. We'd need a 6 if Klopp was still here. But we played double pivot. Gravenberch is unbelievable in that role. He did it. He said himself. It's a position he knows very well, and he's very good at it. He's got all the right attributes for it. He's physically there as well. Gravenberch, he's not easily taken off the ball. So, yeah, centre half for me. And I know what centre half. There's 2 centre halves I'd like. And if we could sneak the Gordon deal in on the last day, I'll take that as well. But centre half.
Branthwaite?
Yeah, mate, listen. I'll take Branthwaite just because of the fume of the other side.
Could you imagine Gordon in there?
I said to Mattox, can you imagine Goodison Park Derby this year, last game there, Branthwaite heads it down for Gordon to score in the 90th minute. That would just be it, wouldn't it?
Now the ball hits the crossbar about 7 times and then nods down on Gordon's new Barnett anyway, his hair dye or whatever he does. As well, very talented player. But yeah, it's going to be interesting chat. Anyone just tuning in, right, we'll quickly go back on obviously the injuries because I know everyone's clicking on the video, anyone that hasn't tuned in. Connor, obviously just speak us through obviously the injuries for anyone just tuning in now. And obviously, can you see that on your screen?
Let me
get your
squint.
glasses on. Yeah, no, like in terms of like obviously the 2021-22 season, he did miss 45 games, obviously 269 days, and obviously over the last couple of years he's had probably missed 2 or 3. Obviously the longest spell has been 6 games, and that was back in 22-23 season. That was just due to fitness, really, as Ricky alluded to, with the crucial ligament tear. Of course, he's going to struggle with fitness.
Well, I'm looking now. So since the 2018-19 season, he's missed 493 days of being missed out due to injury. Obviously, he's missed 100 games since 18-19 as well. Obviously, last season was his best year since his bad knee injury in 18-19, which of course was 11 games. So again, that is one factor. I think, as you know, as somebody said on social media, and I think we've mentioned already in this stream, how he could be and probably is the Shaqiri version of 2018, which look.
No, he isn't, lads. I loved Big Shaq, and we all loved Big Shaq. Those quads, Jesus.
He was. Well, it is a Shaqiri type signing. Again, we're gonna get Chiesa for less than Shaqiri. What are you chatting about,
lad? I love Shaqiri for those goals against United alone, and obviously the Barca goal. Or the Barca assist. Sorry there, lad. Gini Wijnaldum, but he is levels above. That's what I'm enjoying. Like,
of course he is, but it's a type of deal like Shaqiri. Like we're gonna get Chiesa for less than Shaqiri. Like that's a mad. That's mad. Like again, the quality level we've already mentioned in the show, it's already well above. Yeah, definitely. Well, to be fair, Declan Rice is injured after every 2 games, so I think Chiesa will be fine with that. But again, like the thing is, you're not going to sign a quality right winger for that price around Europe. You know, you're never going to do that. And that's again, that is a fantastic deal.
Rick, what are you looking at, lads? You can tell when Ricky's.
No, I'm just looking at some of the. No. I'm just looking at some of the comments. Like the meltdown of this signing.
Yeah, big up there, chat. Yeah, I don't know what Liverpool have got to do. I think Richard Hughes might be sat at home going, boys and ladies, to Liverpool fans, I'm going for the play and you're still complaining. It's like, but this is the thing on the channel. Fair enough, whatever anyone thinks. But as Connor's alluded to, and we spoke already tonight, if we can bring him in, and we've already gone through his injuries and all that, but let's separate it really. Everyone can do that enough, and obviously we're not expecting Chiesa to come in and play 38 games a season in the Premier League. He'll take a couple of whacks, but and obviously there's this. What do you think about it? Italians in the Premier League? That's what everyone will be saying. Obviously, the list isn't long. Obviously, Di Canio, obviously Zola as well. Do you think that could be a potential concern?
Jorginho's won the Prem.
You're not forgetting the absolute legend that is Fabio Borini.
No comment. Do you think that could be a potential issue? Because that's what Ricky, I'll start with you, mate, and shall let us know. That's been one debate that everyone has said, not just mainly Italians in the Premier League. Like, obviously, do you think he'd have any issues? Obviously, Calafiori as well, and Jorginho obviously playing for Arsenal, but it has not been an issue. But I think that's just down to the coaching, really, in terms of certain managers.
Yeah, I mean, Jorginho's done quite well since he's been over here. When he was at Chelsea, won the Champions League.
Don't get me started on those Ballon d'Or nominations, by the way, as well.
Like I said, Zola, Vialli weren't a bad player. Who else we got? Calafiori's come over.
I just love Di Canio as a player, man. What a player.
Yeah, Di Canio was a very good player. Yeah, like I mean, there's some good Italian
as well. The Tottenham left back as well.
Like, there's some good Italian players over here. Like, listen, just because we picked up the what's his name? Who did we pick up? Aquilani.
The goat. Nah, the goat lad. Dossena had the maddest weekend in Liverpool. Like, he scored against Real Madrid away, and then it was home, and then Manchester United.
Balotelli.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You never know. Manuel Balotelli might have been getting on the phone call to Chiesa going. The nightlife in Liverpool is sound as well, so we enjoy it. But chat, get your comments in, hit that subscribe button as well. I'm happy, I'm buzzing. I think fundamentally we can get this deal over the line, and Liverpool, anyone just tuning in as well, coming in from work or whatever. Romano this evening.
Fabrizio Ravanelli at Middlesbrough is a good player.
That was before my time, Ricky. That was
grey hair. Yeah. Silver hair. Middlesbrough striker.
Back then, is that when you had it as well? 1950 or something?
Right. You don't know Ravanelli, no?
I'm sorry, chat.
The ball knowledge is not strong with this one.
You're only 3 years younger than me, lad.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I can't speak about it. I'm losing there anyway, the thought of thinking Liverpool don't be bringing in players. But yeah, but chat, if you are new around here, there's going to be lists as well. As Alex said there, I think the big promising thing is he's 26 years old as well, chat. And there has to be the fundamental contingency plans, Connor. I mean, that's the big thing with every Liverpool fan over the last couple of seasons as well. Obviously, Salah creeping up to the last year of his contract. If he doesn't sign, fundamentally, Liverpool need to be making preparations, really. And it's not just one player. I think every Liverpool fan understands, and we all know the quality if Salah does go at the end of this season. Hopefully he doesn't, but if he does, Liverpool need to be making contingency plans, even now, or even probably last year as well. You never know, obviously. you'd like to hope something was done. But you've got to get ready, haven't you, Con, for the potential what could happen next season.
Oh yeah, of course you got it. But I think, as Rick said it earlier on in the show, I think Liverpool have got the contingency plan there in Federico Chiesa. Again, great player to have in that area of the pitch. But if Mohamed Salah is going to go and leave, at least you're not left with a Ben Doak to pick up the pieces. At least you've got an experienced mind there on the right if you need it. I think if Mo Salah was to leave, though, I think it's more or less guaranteed Liverpool would sign someone on that side. Who that would be, I'm going to scoop it.
Well, that's the issue, though, Connor, isn't it? I think Liverpool have moved early. I think in terms of, because if Salah, say in 6 months' time, when it gets to January time, comes out and says, "Oh, I'm going, boys," and Liverpool like, "Oh, there we go." And the whole of European football and world football knows that Liverpool have got a massive hole in their squad down that right-hand side. Any right winger, whether that be 20-year-old or 26-year-old experienced player, the stock of those players will go up astronomically in terms of the transfer value as well.
The one thing I would say, though, I think as of things right now, I would say it's more looking likely Mo Salah is going to stay, because everything around the football club is suggesting that it's up to them, if they want to, first of all, continue onwards. Is that then the case of the clubs going to, do business in that sense? But I think, again, we're not dealing with what we dealt with a few years ago in terms of a Jordan Henderson type situation where it was time to move on and Liverpool didn't. Again, you're speaking about Mohamed Salah here. You're speaking about Virgil van Dijk. You're speaking about, again, all these players. Again, Mo Salah is still putting up numbers, ridiculous numbers. Again, Liverpool are not going to offer Mo Salah a 5-year contract. I don't expect them to do that. But if we could offer Mo a 2-year deal or 1+1, and see what happens then I think, look, it would make that would make total sense. And again, Chiesa then would develop more into, of course, that background position on the right hand side, and then maybe there might be the next Mo Salah in that aspect in the transfer window, because we know Liverpool want to get the best in quality. If we can wait 1 more year and then get the best in quality, then I'd be more than happy for that. But I think Mo will stay, personally. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, I think he will. And this strikes certainly Liverpool fans out there as well. Let us know your thoughts. Make Liverpool doing deals really well and deals undervalue at certain extents as well. Because when you look at, obviously, I know at the time everyone's going 38 million for Sadio Mane or whatever we did pay for him, and even Virgil van Dijk, everyone was laughing, going, "What?" But it was undervalued when you actually analyse Virgil van Dijk's. As soon as he come into Liverpool, just elevated Liverpool's game twofold and made us compete with Manchester City alone as well. Obviously complemented with Salah and the other players in the squads. Andy Robinson as well, 8 million, more or less got him on a free. This strikes me, and I know what everyone will be saying, obviously typical FSG not spending all that money, but at the end of the day, the lack of quality down that right-hand side in Europe, Rick, there's not as Connor's alluded to, there's not a like-for-like replacements out there for Salah straight away. I don't know if the chat let us know a name, but obviously Bakayoko, a young player with a lot of potential. Obviously Arne Slot will know a lot about him, but Rick, when you think about the right-wing quality in Europe, Real Madrid have probably got one of the best ones in Rodrigo. He's going nowhere. Liverpool got Salah as well. Probably any other names, Rick, that I'm probably forgetting?
Mal, you ain't never getting out of Barcelona.
Not getting him, yeah.
But it's unless Liverpool spend 70, 80 million on a player, Liverpool fans are just not happy. I mean, there's a real, I've got my things against FSG as owners, but let's be honest, Liverpool have a lot of cash. Liverpool can buy who they want. But there's no point going to splash 70, 80 million on a backup right winger to Mo Salah. What is the point? Because they're going to come in on high wages. It'll be a waste of money because you'll slow down their development by playing second fiddle. If you can get these bargain deals are top. These bargain deals are the difference between you finishing second, third, fourth, fifth. Because you lose Mo Salah. Obviously, we lost Mo Salah through injury for a little bit last season. All right, we didn't have that bigger games where we coped with Diaz, Nunes, and Jota. But could you imagine if you lose Salah for a month, Chiesa can just come in, and it's like the void's filled because the level of talent that Chiesa's got. I just think for the price, it's a no-brainer. And fair play if it allows us to go get a top centre half before the window shuts. It just makes all the right sense in the world.
Yeah, great point you've raised there, mate. Keep on getting your comments in as well. Make sure you are. I don't know what how many likes we're on, but if we can get at least 100 likes on my video, and obviously Connor is streaming on the Cop Counter and obviously 1892 Red TV. If you are watching on those other platforms as well, do drop a like and subscribe to the gentleman's channels as well. It's I think Gabriel, I think you might be a Barcelona fan, mate. Sorry, I don't speak a lot of Spanish anyway. Hola. Why is the Barcelona board confusing us, the fans, by all these unreliable news? Every FCB fan was expecting Chiesa, but now he's going to Liverpool.
Yeah, he was supposed to go to Barcelona. There was talk of him going to Barcelona last week, but they wanted him to drop his wage demands because it's a cheap fee, so they thought they could do it. But the wage demands are too much for Barca, and they can't register anyone. But yeah, he was supposed to go there last week.
Obviously, that was trying to alleviate any wages as well. Connor won it in regards to Dani Olmo. Obviously, they signed him for big money, and obviously, but I think Barcelona are a shadow of what they used to be, as we all know. But obviously, it was going to bite you on the backside when you're paying Messi all that money all those years ago, and Iniesta, Xavi. It costs a lot to keep all those top talented players as well. It will catch up with you eventually as well. Connor, in terms of obviously looking at the deal and potentially Ricky's alluded to a potential centre half, do you anticipate Liverpool to go in any other departments? But I like every Liverpool fan for the last couple of months has been saying we'd love a Fabinho type transfer where the rumour, like not a rumour, but like a deal just comes out of nowhere. As Ricky said, the Chiesa deal over the last couple of years, he's always been a player that has been linked with Liverpool, but never, nothing has really materialised. But if we can get this deal out done and dusted within a matter of a couple of days, then amazing. And then, do you think where would the priority be for Liverpool, for you personally?
It would be a 6. I think that, but I have a feeling, or like a quiet feeling, the Zupimendi story is not over for Liverpool, and not now before Ricky goes on about it. No, but we know Liverpool will wait for someone if they're the right one, and whether that be 6 months' time or whether that be a year's time, I just have the feeling Liverpool will go back in for Zupimendi at some point. So if that's a year's time, that's fair enough, because Gravenberch, again, the first 2 games of the season has been up there for, again, it's way early to talk about player of the season, but again, it's been up there in terms of performance. You know, he's been up there. And again, he can improve. You know, again, he's nowhere near the finished article as a number 6. But I would agree with Rick. I think centre off. You know, you get a centre back in the door. You know, like we speak about now, we've got cover for Mo Salah. Go and get cover for Virgil van Dijk, because him on that left hand side. It's only him now because Seb van der Berg isn't here anymore. Of course, you've got. You know,
and we brought in a lot of money as well for Seth Vandenberg as well, and Carvalho as well. So it's really helpful that we are bringing in money.
Go and get someone. Like I said, go and get Luke Chiesa, who's got, I think, has he got a release clause rec for 60 million euros?
Probably, if he's
like go and get him. If he's
the guy release clause, because I know they bought him for 30.
Is he from Leipzig? Is he?
Yeah, they bought him from Lyon.
Yeah, they bought him from Lyon. Yeah.
For 30-something million, because Lyon was in trouble, so they got him on the cheap. And I think Leipzig would take 60 mil this summer for him.
Well, yeah, it's historically Leipzig as a club have always had buyout clauses. That's how they do business, in all honesty. Look at Dominic Szoboszlai as well, and the list is endless. Dani Olmo as well. So I think that is part. Apologies, I'm wrong here, chap, but I think that's one of the big reasons why a lot of players, a lot of agents do sign up with RB Leipzig, is obviously with that agreement in their contract that they do sign. If a bigger club does come in for them, then they can get their services with not a big buyout. I know obviously we bought Szoboszlai for a lot of money, but in the realms of modern day football, it's not really a lot of money, in being honest. And obviously the structuring of those deals is usually quite good. I think the best structuring of a deal that come out was obviously that Diogo Jota deal with Wolves all those years ago. Was it like we were paying 5-10 million every season. Like it looked like it was just mad. Obviously, the modern day football, it's all about getting loans as well from the bank. Unless you're a Man City or a Newcastle, where you've got like lots of money and you can slap it on the table and go, there you go. But yeah, anything you want to conclude there, Con and Rick, in terms of your closing thoughts on Federico Chiesa as well, coming hopefully for Liverpool when we can get the deal over the line. I'm so happy for this player, mate. Lads and chat, if we can get him back to full fitness. Well, even though, as we said, he's played a lot of minutes last year, so it looks like those injury concerns are behind him. Con Ed, well, closing thoughts, Con, on the potential deal for the Italian coming to Liverpool?
Sorry, I was seeing if there was any more news on him. If the deal happens, look, good deal. Like we said, 8 million seems to be the price that's getting shouted around at the minute. But again, you can't get much better for that price, can you, in terms of value? Last year of his contract, again, it's an absolute steal. And look, I know plenty of people have already seen in the comments and that again, they're saying, oh, injury prone, this, that, and the other. Look, we'll keep saying it. It's like a Shaqiri deal. It's like getting someone in that can cover the grounds, can cover everywhere for Liverpool, and will be a top signing for Liverpool. An underrated signing he'll be as well. But for me, if we bring him in, great bit of business from Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards.
Yeah. Rick, let's closing thoughts, mate.
Yeah,
where could this leave Liverpool going forward if we can get his full services in the next couple of days?
I think it'd be massive for us. It's just then the drop-off's not big from the bench in that position. You got to worry about Salah if he comes off, if he's struggling in the game. You've got the quality to bring on in Chiesa. So 33 games last season, not injury prone at all. Just had one big injury, really.
100%, mate. And chat, big up to every single one of you that has tuned in this evening. Make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on obviously Anfield Road TV, on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Any other news does break throughout the days or whatever, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, put your bell notification on as well, and we'll go straight into it. Rick, obviously, shout out your channel, please, mate, and obviously anyone watching on your channel as well, where they can find it.
Yeah, 1892 Reds TV on all socials and YouTube.
Connor, nice one, mate, for coming on. It looks like he's preoccupied, Connor. It's all right. You don't need to shout out your channel.
I'm not preoccupied. I'm sorry. Like Romano just said something else apparently on Chiesa, but I don't know where it is. But
carry on talking as well. So look.
But thanks for having us on, mate. You're absolute rat. I'm not kidding. But
in a bit, you sausage. Yeah, there we go. Right, put it in the notes. Go on. Right. What were you saying, lads? Before the really interrupted
the Cop Council, go and give us a subscribe, because we are, I think, 200 away from 2K. So again, be very much appreciated if you come over and subscribe. And also, as well, if we sign a load of players now, how would we rate this window if we get everyone sorted?
Well, I'm telling you, we're absolutely fine 2 weeks into the season, and I'm telling you, mate, this is some of the best football I've seen in my lifetime watching Liverpool, mate. I know Jurgen Klopp and for all that football, but 2 weeks in and we are cooking, mate. It's a different. I know the similarities in the play, but we are going places under Arne Slot. Obviously, with that statistic, 92% pass accuracy, the best since Opta began in terms of the percentages. And Arne Slot's only had 2 competitive games for Liverpool, and obviously he's already broken that record.
Dave O.C. Cop has just tweeted saying exclusive news later, so I don't know if that's anything.
Yeah, that's the centre back thing. He tweeted about a centre back before the end of the week, like 5 hours ago. So he must have a name now.
Yeah, so make sure you are following Dave O.C. Yeah, that's all good. Make sure you do head over to Dave O.C. Cop as well. Same with Fabrizio Romano as well for the latest on all their social media accounts as well. And we will be there. But Reds, lads, everyone that has joined me on the channel and everyone that's joined us on Connor's channel and Rick's channel, exciting times, Reds. Obviously, they're bringing in potentially, hopefully, Federico Chiesa, an exciting player with a lot of quality. If anyone's not seen him, go and watch those highlights. He's so direct. He's a player that will get you off your edge of your seat barely. And certainly, if we can get the best out of him, it would propel Liverpool to hopefully even greater heights for the seasons to come as well. But Reds, never walk alone. See you later, if any news breaks later as well. But everyone, enjoy the rest of your bank holiday Monday. And the Reds are making moves in the transfer window. Happy days. There we go. Where's my thumbnail? There we go. We'll try again. See you later, everyone.